of course, is the hype man, Shane. Apparently, I'm hype as fuck. I love hype Shane. Hell yeah. It's going to be a good episode. A.K.A. the Shane Board. Beedaloo Boop. That's even hyped.
Oh,
Fuck
man, I think I peaked.
Me too, but it was in high school. God damn, that was a good joke, Dave. Also with us is the Rambling Man, Russell.
Hey, yo, Dave, how you been? You've been gone a while. We had a couple shitty shows. Missed you a whole lot. And just fucking, what the fuck, man? You know, all that stuff. And, you know, we'll welcome back.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I missed you too. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Russell won a quiz.
He what? How?
There was one question.
Oh, you know, I heard that. I heard
you?
that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Shoney lost?
Yeah, Shoney lost.
Yeah.
I beat out the stuffed bear.
Take that, stuffed bears across the world.
Coming for you.
That's gross. A.K.A. WrestleMania.
Oh, no.
This is the DQP Weekly,
Sure is.
where we talk about news, movie news,
Yeah.
recommendations.
We have a bunch of those today.
We talk about video games sometimes.
We're talking about a couple of those today.
Hell yeah, we are. I'm excited. I really have missed you guys.
Miss you too.
There's like a bit of hey.
It looked like you avoided it. You were like,
No, I was doing a.
I know.
talking my
You were
hands a
like
lot.
going to touch yourself, and then
Yeah.
you were like, oh, someone else is going to touch me.
At this point in my life, man, I just got to take whatever's going to touch me. First up, we have headlines.
We do have headlines.
I remember. I know how things work.
So remember last week when like all the headlines are like super depressing?
Yeah.
So a Hollywood writer's strike started at 0 hour, May 2nd, 2023.
That was yesterday.
Yes, it was. Or 4 days ago if you're listening to this when it came out.
Math.
This is the first writer's strike in 15 years. The last writer's strike lasted 100 days. I have compiled a list of shows going dark and only airing reruns right now. So this the 2 days after the writer's strike. Well, 1 day, I guess, but this is right now. This is who all has announced that they are on hiatus and will only be airing reruns. Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and The Daily Show. I'm sure there's more to come. And maybe some cancellations, potentially some projects getting dropped. Delays. So
yeah, I saw a really depressing attached article.
Yeah.
Do you have that in your headlines?
Let's find out.
Okay.
Formed in 1921, the Writers Guild of America represents more than 20,000 entertainment industry writers who work on TV shows, movies, podcasts.
That's what we're doing.
Oh shit, I wasn't supposed to write this.
Fucking scab.
This guy's not for the cause.
Movies, podcasts, news programs, and more. The WGA and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which represents the 9 largest studios, failed to reach a suitable contract during negotiations. So WGA went on strike.
Okay.
That is pretty much all I have for the writer's strike. So what do you have?
It was Vice. It was a Vice article saying studios can't replace writers with GPT Chat 4, but they're gonna try.
Oh yes, so I did see that.
No.
I saw an AI generated beer commercial the other day.
Dude, those are so fucking terrifying.
It was horrific.
There's the beer one. There's a pizza one.
I've not seen that one. I just saw the beer.
It's so fucked up because it's like the people are AI generated too. Like everything about it is AI generated. So like there's some real strong uncanny valley going on.
Yeah.
But they're like not actually like a computer doesn't understand the concept of eating apparently. So they're just like flopping the weird looking pizza slices against their open mouths. They're just like, oh, the pizza. It's so good. Meat from edge to edge.
Now I want pizza.
Yeah.
Oh,
I want to plop it in my mouth.
yeah.
With meat from edge to edge.
Edge to edge.
I didn't compile a list of all the shows that got fucked up in 2007 when the last time this happened. But a couple off the top of my head. There was
Supernatural.
Supernatural had some issues. I think the second to last season of Dexter was affected.
Yeah.
And then which
Basically every show that came out that year had a short season because they had so much done written.
Yeah.
And someone came in and was like, all right, we're gonna resolve this. They already wrote the main story of the season was gonna be, so we gotta figure out how to get from episode 8 that was supposed to be 23 episodes to episode 23 in 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So like everything was like super fucked up.
Yeah.
It was almost everything was like that.
Yeah, so I imagine we will see it's going to happen again unless they resolve it rather quickly.
There's a lot of Marvel projects that are in development right now that are going to have problems. Like some of them are done shooting, so like unless they get through editing and they're like, oh man, we need to change this, or they do a screen test and they're like, we need writers again, so I guess this is gonna sit until they come back.
Yeah, so that should be interesting. You guys have any other thoughts on that?
I can't remember who it was a comedian or somebody.
Is it the John Mulaney
Was it the
thing?
John Mulaney saying this executive makes this executive for one of the studios made $250 million. I think it was $250 million a year or something like that. His salary that year that it was recorded was $250. And he's like, that's enough to pay 10,000 writers at the current wage that you're giving them. Which means that what he said is that they're only paying writers $25,000 a year. That's insane.
Yeah, the writers don't actually get paid a whole lot.
That's insane.
Yeah, so they buy scripts for like anywhere between $5,000 and $25,000.
Yeah.
Like, and that like detaches the writer from the script, and then if they retain the writer gets like money per day.
Sure.
That they're retained for. But
yeah, retainer fee.
Very rarely does a writer writing a movie actually get a cut of the profits from the movie.
gross, yeah,
Really?
which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have to be like that's why you're like seeing so many more writer directors is because that's like one of the primary ways.
One of the ways to get a cut.
Yeah, you have to like if you writing the project, which like to a certain degree it makes sense because like if you writing the project is going to bring people into the theater, then like there's a good chance you can negotiate for a cut of profits. But if you're just a dude who wrote a script, chances are they're going to buy the script from you and then bastardize it the fuck out of it.
Only people that, are obsessive about films are like, oh, you know who wrote that, right?
Yeah. And then it takes like using George R.R. Martin for as an example, like it took people years to get him to be okay with them putting it on like any sort of like turning it into a movie or a series.
Right, because they didn't want to give him creative control. Yeah,
they didn't want to give him creative control. They also didn't want to give him anything for money. Yeah. So like that was which is
nuts.
Yeah.
The creator stuff, that's one of the things that I don't like about comics is like the creator stuff, like people getting fucked over for that stuff because it's like, the guy that created, Starlin created Thanos. Yeah. And he doesn't get shit. Yeah. For anything.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think Liefeld gets shit for Deadpool. That's one of the reasons the Image existed, right? Is because, you know, Liefeld and McFarlane and Larson and like all those guys were like, we're gonna go and make our own label.
Yeah.
And we're going to make new characters and we are going to get all the money from it.
Yeah, because McFarlane had been fucked a few times.
Yeah, he did Spider-Man for a long time.
Yeah.
And like and Larson did Spider-Man for a while. He did other stuff too. Liefeld did a bunch of like New Mutants and X-Men and Captain America. And they ended up bringing those guys back because they were having money problems.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we need somebody to do these books. And that's, you know, where the infamous Liefeld is a terrible artist thing comes from, with the Captain America with the 6 foot thick chest.
Yeah.
Which wasn't actually ever printed by Marvel. I watched like a 45-minute thing about that.
Yeah.
It was fucking ridiculous.
But McFarlane's experiences with writing Spider-Man for Marvel was why he ended up being so protective
Well, I mean,
over
he was
Spawn.
artist, but yeah.
Well, his experiences with Marvel was why he was so protective over like Spawn and stuff, and why they had so many problems.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to get fucked. Like, he had already been fucked multiple times.
Yeah.
So it's super interesting. And it, unlike, like, it doesn't make sense that, like, your first tier of creativity is, like, gets paid the least, like, going through the ranks.
Yeah.
Like, it's
they don't give a
insane.
shit about somebody until they make noise about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild.
Which makes me question what they got in 2007, right? Like, what did you get out of it then that's like hasn't increased since then, right?
Yeah.
So what concessions did they get at that time?
Yeah. I mean, I
don't
know,
remember.
I know they got more money. I think there was something to do with there was some sort of clause that got added where they could get bonuses per word. Because like they're not journalists, so it's not necessarily based per word. But it's super weird. But on top of that, a lot of the internet companies that are now switching to using AI generated articles, before they were making that change, they were still paying per word.
Yeah.
Which is why when you read like most of those internet articles, you'll like see it's the same thing almost.
Yeah, they rewrite the
just
same shit.
reworded.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's them like buffing their word count.
Yeah. And I mean, so it's kind of like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Like they went to ChatGPT to write these articles because people were literally like paraphrasing themselves every paragraph to get a bigger word count, to get a bit bigger paycheck out of stupid shit articles because the internet is full of them.
Yeah.
It's true. Internet's full of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
But yeah, that's fucking crazy. The whole thing is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens, how long this one takes.
Yeah.
All right. Up next on headlines, Unity Software, known for its video game development, has announced it will lay off 600 employees, which is 6% of its workforce. They said this will set the company up for long-term profitability growth.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fucked up.
IBM was a little bit more honest. IBM is pausing its hiring in a plan to replace 7,800 jobs with artificial intelligence.
I hate this dystopia.
Yeah, we still have to like work and stuff until our jobs get replaced by AI, and then we don't even get to like fight in a rebellion against robots. It's just programs, and we have to find another job that the AI can't do yet. so we can survive.
I hate that.
It's fucking terrible.
I'd be bad if
It's a boring dystopia.
Yeah, I'm way out of shape to fight robots right now. I should probably start.
Yeah, but I
working
mean,
out.
like, if you survive for a while, you'll get in shape.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
because you'll be eating like expired beans like once a week, and that's it. And
Right.
and also like running from robots.
And fueled
lot.
by my hatred of robots.
Yeah. So you'll lose a lot of weight and get in super great shape if you don't die.
All right. I don't need a gym membership, but just wait for the future.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait for the Skynet apocalypse. We're gonna die so fast.
Fucking Skynet.
Anyway, you got anything else to make us fucking?
I figured
Sad.
we'd end on a good note.
Is that sarcastic?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good Burger 2 begins filming in Rhode Island on May 18th.
That's a good note.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
I guess I didn't like that movie as much as everyone else in the world did.
I didn't like the movie, but I loved like the sketches.
Yeah.
Like
I love both.
yeah, it was on all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved all that. So
Yeah,
but
before
the
it was
movie
Keenan
was
and
just
Kel.
kind of like
Or like, I like the
because
movie.
the movie is the like Mondo Burger, right? Like,
Yeah.
moves in across the street and they're like injecting the beef with
Like weird.
with like fucking hormones that
Yeah.
calls it to be giant burgers. Yeah, I didn't.
It's basically the Leviathan
Yeah,
season.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
But-
nailed it.
That just went on par with what I was talking to you about the other day with this year being full of nostalgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I like Good
which might be good because it sounds like it's going to be the last year.
ever. The last year ever.
Yeah. What's wild to me, like not to
I had a good
necessarily
run.
go back to the AI talk, but like what's wild to me is like how fast it is all happening. Like, cause like the tech boom that we grew up in was our childhood.
Yeah.
Like it spanned across our childhood.
That's true.
And like essentially what's happening
into young adulthood too, because like
Yeah.
we went from like not having computers to having iPhones, by the time we were like 22.
Yeah, pretty quickly. So like and then there we kind of stalled there for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And everyone talked about it. They were like, "Oh, technology's like kind of like a stall. Like we're not booming as fast as we were, but we're about to go boom boom." Like I don't know. It's fucking wild.
It is wild.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Super sad now.
All right, now that I'm sad, let's go to recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something good to talk about. Recommendations.
Layoffs. We don't recommend those.
No. Layoffs. The first thing, Russell and I spent a bunch of time with him more than me, but a bunch of time at the theater this weekend.
The theater.
The theater.
Fuck yeah.
We watched Evil Dead Rise, which we'll recommend, but we're not going to talk about it today because we're going to talk about it on DQP Does at the end of the
Yes.
month.
Can I?
Highly recommend.
I've not seen. Okay, good. All right, I've not seen it yet, but it looks gnarly. And
Dave, I
I'm into
fucking
it.
recommend so hard.
Dude, you need to go watch it.
Can I change my plans this weekend?
Go watch it.
Yeah, you need to go watch it. But the other movie that we watched together was the Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I watched that
You also watched that.
separately from that.
Yeah. We haven't seen you in 2 weeks. But
I was on vacation, then I got sick.
I know.
I'm just telling the people.
That's what I tell work too.
Yep.
So anyway, the D&D movie was pretty good. It wasn't like amazing, but it definitely felt like watching. It makes me think of Knights of the Dinner Table Illustrated.
Yes.
Because Knights of the Dinner Table was a comic that was literally like kind of like Critical Role, but it was only the funny parts, right? So
Yeah.
you're just like you're looking at a table and the people playing the game and their speech bubbles are what they're doing and they're talking about the fun part. And then illustrated was a different artist and it was drawn as though it was actually the story, right? Like a normal comic, but it was illustrating those funny situations.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what the Dungeons and Dragons movie is.
Basically. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was good. And like I like the I actually you could tell from the trailers that they were going for like a kind of mainstream appeal.
Sure.
Which did almost turn me off to the movie, but then watching the movie, I was actually super glad they did that because that hopefully means we're gonna get more of that. And then like going funny and going kind of mainstream appeal, like, you know, I mean, having Chris, like I seen Chris Pine cast in it and I was like, what the fuck? But then like he's awesome in the movie.
Yeah, he's great in it.
And I loved him in it.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And it also like having him in it, he is kind of like, I mean, he's like a kind of popular like celebrity and stuff, but I think going in that direction was a good idea. Just because like we went, what was that? Like the fourth weekend it was out?
Yeah, I mean, it's on demand now, so that's probably third or fourth weekend.
Yeah. And our theater was
pretty
like
full.
pretty full.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Like
I saw it in an empty theater, but I was on vacation and saw it like on a Tuesday. So
yeah, this was a Saturday at what, 5:30? 5:20 was the showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5:20. So like late afternoon on a Saturday, and it was like full.
Huh.
Yeah.
There was like a mom with a bunch of kids sitting next to us.
Yeah.
Which was kind of weird.
Yeah, she kept getting up and
dealing with the kids.
Did you have to explain D&D to them?
No.
I mean, I would have. No one asked.
Yeah.
That's good. That makes you better than most other D&D nerds.
But I've also noticed every time Shane and I go to the theater, he makes me sit next to the strangers.
Yep.
Hell yeah, Shane. I saw a video today.
It's good for you.
I saw a TikTok today of a guy. It was the scene where they're fighting the main bad guy.
Yeah, the wizard lady.
Yeah. And the guy's sitting there and there's like a split screen and he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is he
6.
counting the turns?
And oh
my god!
And it lines up really well.
Son of a bitch!
Because if you don't know,
yeah,
a turn is 6 seconds.
A turn is supposed to be 6 seconds. You get like your number of actions every 6 seconds. Basically, is what it's supposed to be. A round is 6 seconds. A turn is a minute.
Yeah,
it's 10 rounds.
There's so much in the movie like that.
Yeah,
too.
They make jokes about initiative.
They do.
They make jokes about none of the players or none of the characters having a high intelligence score.
Yes.
Because there's an intellect devour and it'll only attack you if you have a intelligence score higher than a certain number, and it just walks by all of them and they're like, that's kind of insulting.
I really love there's a part where the NPC basically his name is Jarnathan.
Yeah,
that's completely a name that I have come up with playing D&D. What's that guy's name? Jarnathan.
Yeah. And like the main characters, is that the paladin? What's the paladin's name?
I don't remember the paladin's name. Jarnathan's the Aarakocra.
Yeah, the Aarakocra. Yeah. The paladin is basically like the DM PC.
Yeah,
because he's like godlike and he's just super badass at everything. And the whole time he's there, everybody's just like, yeah, okay, cool. He did a thing. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
what a badass. And he like saves everybody and does all the shit, all the cool shit, and knows exactly where the Ex Machina is. And like,
I love that. I love when he's explaining the puzzle.
Yeah.
And then the wizard just kind of puts his foot on the trap, basically. He's like, I didn't know it started there. Sorry.
Yeah. I like when one of my favorite parts is when Chris Pine asks the paladin, and he's like, why don't you just like come with us? And he's like, no, this is your quest. This is your journey. You have to go on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's so great.
Yeah, and it's all very Dungeons and Dragons, like not just the game or the rules, because like, yeah, if you go in there rules lawyering, you're like, that person couldn't do that. That's not possible. Whoever's DMing this game, rule of cool, okay?
Yeah.
That's how you DM.
Which is the only rule.
Yeah. But it's like also got some of the like actually playing the game stuff in it, like the DMPC and like just dumb shit happening and other people being like, dude, seriously? Like, yeah, that's my character, okay? Like the barbarian chick being like a super badass, but she's into halflings.
Yes.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious. I loved that.
Did you like that cameo?
That was Bradley Cooper,
That was
right?
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. I'm like, that Bradley Cooper? What the fuck?
I love him. He's such a fun guy.
There's Michelle Rodriguez, too.
Yeah.
I love
So
her.
while we're in recommendations, what I would recommend, because we've brought up Bradley Cooper, is watching the Inside the Actors Studio with Bradley Cooper and the guy that does it. It was before he died. It's like getting to know Bradley Cooper on that level and like kind of what he went through in school and like becoming an actor. It was fucking like made me love him that much more. It's like that cameo really hit me pretty good.
That's cool.
But also the Wizard's component pouch,
Yeah.
fucking genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Actually using components when you're casting spells.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I fully marked out when he's like sitting there doing magic tricks and he's like, fresh grass. I'm like, that's a cantrip. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was great. I
It's
loved it.
because he was using Mage Hand.
Yeah, he was mage
He's Mage handing to steal from everyone.
Which I feel like they owe me money because I definitely had a character that did that.
Yeah. Oh, the other one, the there's a heist thing that happens that is completely ridiculous. And the whole thing is basically like a very D&D thing that happens. Like the DM gives the party a task and they're like, they don't see the obvious way of doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we're going to come up with this crazy ass cockamamie way of doing it that makes no sense, but we're going to make every check on the way that you put in front of us to get it done. And there's like a whole heist scene that's like that. And you're just like, this is D&D. This is literally what D&D is playing. Like, this is what it's like playing with a bunch of fucking you loser friends.
Yep.
And you're all just like, I'm too stupid, drunk, or tired to figure out how the fuck we're supposed to do this. This is the idea that just came in my head. Will that work? Well, if I do this and I do that, maybe.
Maybe.
That item that I gave you like 6 weeks ago that wasn't supposed to be for anything is just like some random shit I rolled. yeah, use that instead of actually figuring out the way that I wanted you to do this. It's fine.
God, the amount of time, the amount of
Dude,
games.
every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
I played in a Shadowrun game. And every time, like, it was very, like, either bank heisty or, like, going into corporations and stuff. And we would lay out all this integral plans and all of this stuff. And, like, it's going to go like this.
Yeah.
Every fucking time it ended up with, like, well, guess we're murdering these guys now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just, like, end up turning into murder hobos.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys like D&D, you should check it out. If you like high fantasy with a lot of comedy, also check it out.
Yeah. Agreed. If you're expecting Lord of the Rings, that's
not what you're gonna get. You're
more
gonna get
like Monty Python.
Yeah, it's definitely more like Monty Python with a huge budget.
Yeah, for sure.
You had a game you wanted to talk about.
Yes.
For recommendations.
So it just came out, like, I think this week. I've not beat it yet, but it's not a very long game. It's called Bramble the Mountain King.
Okay.
I saw a video of it on TikTok, and I'm like, that looks cool as shit. So I bought it. It is based off Nordic folk tales.
Okay.
Okay.
you play like a little boy named Oli,
Okay.
who he wakes up one night and his sister is gone, and the window's open.
Shit.
So he goes out into the woods to find his sister.
Good idea.
Ends up finding his sister, and they're like on top of this little mountain area, and they find this weird magical glowy rock. What?
Is she with David Bowie?
She's not with David Bowie. I was hoping for David Bowie,
But you got a Norn Stone?
but it was basically a big glowy stone, and they're playing with the stone because it's like lighter than a stone and
Yeah,
stuff.
and it glows.
Yeah.
And they're kids. And they're
Yeah.
like, ha ha ha, it's glowing stone.
Yeah, and it falls off the like mountain, and they end up falling, and they end up in like a weird folk land.
Okay.
I think they don't explain it that well.
They're in the Feywild.
Basically, it's what it felt like to me because there was some like fairies around. I'm like, don't fuck with them.
Yeah, don't tell them your name.
Don't tell them your name. But like, it's really cool. Like everything is way bigger than you. Like there's monsters and like whatever's in the woods is 10 times. It's gorgeous for one thing. And it's more like a platformer, like a storytelling game, really. But like there's like platforming,
Like side scrolling?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Not really side scrolling because you're like going. It's like I don't know.
Isometric?
Yeah, isometric. There you
Top
go.
down ish at an
Ish.
angle?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the camera like does cool camera angles and stuff.
Okay.
The best I could talk about is you ever played? I think it's called Limbo. It was that game that was like black and white.
Yeah,
you
it
put
was
a little kid.
side scrolling.
Yeah, that was side scrolling, but like
Yeah.
that similar style.
Yeah.
But you're basically you end up in this land, and there's these little gnome guys that look like they got the big red hats and stuff, and they kind of sound like babies, and they're like really adorable. But at one point, you have a whole gang of them, and you're walking around, and there's bear traps, and if they get too close to the bear traps,
I saw someone playing that.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of heartbreaking. Like, these cute little guys.
Yeah, they were just like,
no.
no! Because they like walk out, like, they fan out behind you, and you're trying to like walk in between stuff in a bear trap, and they're just like, doo doo doo. Yeah!
Yeah, that's exactly. So, like, the main thing of the game is your sister, once you get in this world, your sister gets taken by a troll who's way bigger than you.
Trolls.
Way bigger than you.
And that's David Bowie.
I wish.
Damn it.
And maybe I haven't completed the game. Maybe it's David Bowie.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it's really cool. It's gorgeous. It's also like kind of horrifying in spots and like very atmospheric and creepy.
Yeah.
The one part, I'll tell this one part because what got me to buy the game is you like walk into this like swamp area and there's little lily pads that you have to jump across.
And there's a horse drowning in the swamp.
No, but now I'm sad. Thanks. But you walk up, like you hear this weird like violin music that like leads you towards the water.
Oh, I've seen that part too.
Yeah. So like in the background, there's a weird. I thought it was a lady, but it's a guy.
Silhouette.
A weird like silhouette of someone playing a fiddle. And when you walk into the screen, it stops and puts the fiddle down, and then just like slinks into the water.
That's fucking creepy.
Yeah, and then you're jumping these lily pads, and occasionally he'll jump out, and at one point he's chasing you, and you're in mud, and so you're like barely moving, and it's like inching towards you, crawling towards you. It's pretty terrifying.
Yep. That was the first thing I saw that months ago, I think.
Yeah,
I saw that scene months ago.
That's what put me out, like put it on the radar for
Yeah.
me, and it came out like this week. So
Okay. That's
Sounds
crazy.
fun.
yeah, it's really neat. It's not super long. I only think it's like maybe 3 or 4 hours long. But
okay.
So far, I'm really enjoying it. I'll probably beat it before next week and let you know.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, Bramble the Mountain King.
All right. Russell, did you have any more recommendations?
Just Mario.
Oh,
I
yeah,
also-
Mario. We
I
skipped
also
Mario.
recommend Mario.
Yeah, talk about Mario.
Sure. So he's a
No-
little
no
plumber.
spoilers.
He's a plumber. He's got a brother who's also a plumber.
Yes.
I thought
Taller.
He's slightly taller.
Yeah, slightly taller.
They both
Wears
have
green.
mustaches.
Both have mustaches.
Yeah.
One's green.
Yeah.
One's red.
They're clothes.
Yeah. And the same Mario, and Luigi Mario. That's their names.
I know.
So, best animated movie of the year?
I agree.
Probably.
Cross
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse is coming out.
Oh, shit.
No, dude. I don't think so.
You don't think it's coming out?
No, I don't think it's going to be better than Mario.
Okay.
Mario was really good. It was really good.
Like, so the best way to explain how I felt watching the Super Mario movie was like, that's the closest I'll ever be to being in a time machine.
Mm.
Like, I was a small child in that theater. Like, remember, like, going and watching Iron Man and then, like, you know, getting up to Avengers,
Yeah.
right? And we were just like, we didn't care that Incredible Hulk was shit when it first came out. Like,
No.
fucking, we were like, holy shit, Incredible Hulk movie that, like,
I mean,
isn't the
didn't
shitty...
pay attention that much the first time I watched it because I was
Yeah.
with a girl, so.
Oh, okay. But
Ooh.
so like those first set, the phase one, you know, phase one came out and we were like over the fucking moon, basically, that we were getting the Avengers eventually,
Yeah.
right? And
Oh,
then we
yeah.
got Avengers and we were like, oh fuck, Avengers.
Yeah.
Like that feeling also mixed with a bunch of nostalgia,
Mm.
like was how I felt watching the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Okay.
I'd agree to that.
And on top of that, it's pretty good. There's like a couple things that could have been a lot better, and like the pacing of the movie
Is weird.
Is
A little
real
weird.
weird because it feels like the like the later, like a Age of Ultron or even Infinity War or Endgame. Like it feels like they have so much to get through
Yeah.
that they're trying to like pack it in. But even in doing that, like they did a really good job of doing that the way they did it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hard cuts through the first like 2 acts of the movie.
Yeah.
So and that made it kind of weird, but there is one really, really sweet scene that breathes about almost midway through the movie. And it's just like them kind of traversing through a couple different lands, and like, you know, all the lands, and there's
Yeah.
like so much in the movie.
There's
Like,
so much like little things
Oh
referenced
yeah.
in the
I
game.
mean, there's
and
a lot to reference there that because you know they haven't made another movie, so it's it's not like the Marvel stuff where it's like, well, we've already done that movie, we don't need to reference that.
Right.
This is their first movie to
Yeah.
do this with.
and like it's done pretty good. So like I'm assuming we're gonna get more.
Mm.
Like there's no
Hopefully.
way we don't get more.
Yeah.
Like especially with the movie. Like
I want them all to play
They,
tennis.
they set some stuff up.
Yoshi's Island.
Oh, they go to Yoshi's Island.
They get turned into paper.
All this shit you can do. All of it.
But yeah,
Dude, they set so much up.
it sounds cool. I want to watch it. I wanted to watch it anyway, but
Also,
I'm glad it was good as opposed to everyone's bitching from the first trailer when Chris Pratt was like, "It's me, Mario."
hey, I'm Mario.
And you were like, everyone's like,
What the fuck?
So it happens in like the first like 5 minutes of the movie. But they do a whole they do a thing where they're doing Italian accents.
"Uh-huh."
All right. And that's your first impression of them. And Cassie looked at me and she was like, I don't think that that's okay. And then in the movie, like not even a whole minute later, they're like talking, just like not doing Italian accents. And then someone else is like, are you sure that was a wise idea?
I think it was Luigi's like, are the accents too much?
Yeah. Luigi's like, is the accents too much? It's fun, dude. It's from start to finish. Like the movie is just so fucking good.
In that
Like,
same scene, there's a guy in there with that accent, and it's the voice of Mario. It's what's his name?
I can't remember his name. but-
Martinet. something like
yeah.
that.
Everyone was mad that he wasn't doing it
John
because they
Martinet.
didn't know
I
what was
think.
going on.
yeah.
Yeah.
It makes it also like kind of makes sense that he's not doing it in the movie.
Okay,
But
Yeah.
that's cool.
it's
I
super
thought
cool.
the cast was great.
The cast was great. Pretty much all the voice acting was really good too.
Yeah.
I mean, Jack Black stole the show, like
obviously.
out
Oh, yeah.
from everyone. Like,
I just got that out of my fucking head.
We watched the music video where he like dresses up like Bowser.
Bowser?
And, yeah. Oh my god, it was so good.
yeah.
There's a part. So Seth Rogen plays Donkey Kong.
Spoilers.
It's in the trailer.
Is it? I never saw Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong's not in the trailer.
Well, it's not in mine. It's not then. I was just gonna say they kept it. He kept his laugh, and I loved it.
Fuck you, Dave.
Fuck me. Later. Bye.
I mean, he was on IMDb, but I don't.
Yeah,
think
he was like in the
trailer.
like they were like, look at all these people that are gonna be in it, and I was like, who the fuck? But okay, he's Donkey Kong. Cool, thanks.
I'm kidding. He's Cranky Kong.
Wow, you son of a bitch.
He's Diddy Kong.
That's even weirder.
He's
What's his fuck from like all the stuff that Seth Rogen's in should be Diddy Kong if he's Donkey Kong.
Baby Kong.
What's the?
What was that?
I
his
can't
name?
remember that
John
kid's name.
Burnshaw
No, wait, was that his name?
or
James Franco.
No.
Oh, Jay
Baruchel?
Jay
Baruchel.
Jay Baruchel.
Yeah. You were close. That's why I was like, is that it? That's close.
Lanky Kong. Now I'm just naming all the Kongs from
Anyway.
Donkey Kong 64.
So yeah, I want to watch that.
It's good.
I have a maybe not recommend.
Is that a different subcategory?
Yeah, it's a do not recommend for now. Unless you have Game Pass and you really want to do it. So Redfall came out yesterday, May 2nd.
Okay.
So I played it for 3 or 4 hours last night. So it's a video game. It's on Xbox, Steam, PlayStation. It's on everything. It's a single player or co-op up to 4 players. First person shooter with looter shooter and RPG aspects in an open world. And the theme is a Massachusetts town gets overrun by vampires who magically segregate it from the rest of the world and have taken it over. And
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
no, the premise is fucking great.
Okay.
Resident Evil and Lovecraft, but vampires instead of zombies or fish people.
I'm
Okay.
in.
Because it's
Yeah.
like some pharmaceutical company somehow started fucking with some vampire shit,
Mm-hmm.
and they unleashed on purpose, not on purpose. I don't know yet because I only played for like 4 hours. Vampire gods
Okay.
on this fishing town in Massachusetts. And the people of the town are either fighting back, hiding, or have started cults to feed the vampire gods in hopes that they will either like become vampires themselves or be spared.
I'm not hearing a problem here.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this
this sounds
sounds
dope.
fucking amazing, right?
Oh, that sounds dope.
Sounds fucking cool as shit. So the problem is the game sucks.
It's in third person, isn't it?
No, it's first person.
Oh.
It's a first person shooter. The controls are kind of wonky. So the controls are kind of wonky. There's some performance issues that I haven't run into personally, but I also haven't played co-op yet. Apparently that's where a lot of them come into play. There's some bugs. I did run into a weird bug. It didn't like fuck me up or fuck the game up. but it was like a weird thing that happened. I like didn't complete. I like partially completed an objective and then died, and then it acted like I had completed the whole objective. Like I went to there's safe houses that you have to like unlock in different parts of the world because it's an open world game. And they're basically like spawn points deeper into enemy territory. Like you have like an HQ that you unlock at the beginning, and then you unlock safe houses, which are like spawn points and fast travel nodes throughout the map. Yeah. And the one I went to was like, it's a house. It's the basement of a house, but the door is locked, and it's like a powered door. So you have to turn the power on, and the power is in the garage, but the garage somehow has power, and it has an alarm. And so when I lockpicked the door, the alarm went off, and it called a bunch of enemies, right? Mm-hmm. But I got inside, so then I went straight to the generator, and I turned the generator on. So I opened the safe house. Okay. But then I got killed by all the enemies that showed up. And instead of failing, I just spawned inside the safe house that I was already at because I had turned the power on. So it was like a weird bug. Like it wasn't like a
bug. I mean, it sounds like that's what should have happened.
Well, like if it's a scripted attack that is supposed to be part of the sequence, then you shouldn't complete the objective without defeating the scripted attack.
Yeah.
Right.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. It's just written, and that's kind of the problem.
In your favor, though.
It is in your favor.
Yeah, but it's still a bug, right? Like it's something. So there's other bugs like that. Okay. Like there's 4 characters you can play as. They all have different abilities. That's where the RPG element comes in. They have skill trees. They have 3 main abilities. So they have 2 like RB and LB abilities, or however you map it on a computer keyboard. That are on cooldown, and they have an ultimate. And one of the guys is like a sniper character, so he has like an invisibility one, and one of the things you can do to it is you can increase the length of the invisibility, and you can make it so you can attack without becoming visible. And this guy was playing solo, and he fought one of the vampire gods, and he literally had it set up so where he could turn invisible. The vampire god would just stand there, and it would run through all its lines of dialogue and just stand there and just continue to run through its lines of dialogue and wouldn't attack him because he's invisible. And he could punch it in the back until his invisibility wore off, but he was behind it, so it still didn't see him. So he waited for the cooldown to stop to come back. He would go invisible again, and he would punch it, and he literally killed it that way. Whoa. One of the 4 main bosses in the whole game. So there's a bunch of shit like that where like the game just doesn't really work with it's like poor game design. Yeah. Because like that isn't a bug necessarily. It's you have a character that you designed that can break the game.
Yeah.
Which isn't good.
That's not how you design a game.
Right.
There should be ads or something swarming around that can see where he can't see, so that it can draw his attention if you are playing that character or something. Something that just doesn't make that work.
Yeah.
But then there's other times where like the design of the map makes certain characters not work. So like somebody else was like, yeah, I played all the way through the game because I got it early, but I couldn't report on it because of an embargo. I played as this character, which has this like, it's the character that I started. They have like a teleport thing where they like basically kind of like portal. You pick 2 points and you teleport from one to the other, and you can teleport back. Yeah. And I imagine it has limited times until you like level it up or whatever. But, they were like, so one of the maps for a boss battle, like the whole reason I was using it is because when you get a certain pip on your skill tree, you heal when you go through it, and you like get like residual healing, like a regen. And that's what I was using it for. and for moving, so I could move quicker around enemies.
Yeah.
And there's one of the bosses. The map literally makes it so you can't do that. It just doesn't work. Like, you try to do it and your animation fails because you can't place your teleport stuff.
That sucks.
So it's like, okay, this character is completely broken in a good way for the player, in this level, and it's completely broken in a bad way for a player in this level, for a specific character, and like, that's bad game design, right?
Yeah.
So there's other things like people are talking about, like, and I've noticed it already. It kind of reminds me of Fallout 76 when it launched, where there was not, like, one of the things people complained about Fallout 76 was there was a story reason in Fallout 76. There isn't really one in this. You're going around and you're kind of like going after people that have gone through before, and there's no one around. There's no NPCs, but you're playing a story-based single-player game, right? So like, you should be talking to people, doing quests for people. Like, you're like, you find a safe house and there's somebody there, and they're like, "Hey, I need you to do this thing for me, and then I'll help you," right?
Yeah.
But there's none of that. You like open a safe house, you get a board of some kind, and it has a quest on it that you can accept in a menu. Right. And most of the story is told through text that you find, like diaries and newspapers and shit like that,
Super
or
lame.
audio logs, and like, it's being published by a AAA publisher. It's a Bethesda game. It's who made Fallout 76, which is but the developer is Arcane, which a lot of people are complaining about the graphics, which I think the performance of the graphics do have a problem, because I guess there's a lot of texture pop in and stuff, and like rendering, like procedural, like not procedural rendering, but like stuff rendering slowly.
Yeah.
For some reason. So like, you walk up to something and it's like a big, huge fucking fat thing of polygons, and then it like slowly turns into the shape it's supposed to be, instead of like the draw distance shape. And then it loads the texture. Like, after you've been standing there for a minute. And then like, oh, that's a bush with leaves instead of just a big green blob.
I just thought that's how games worked.
Yeah.
I just thought that.
But like, the art direction is more cartoony kind of, but like the other games they've made, like Dishonored and Deathloop and stuff like that, they had like more realistic graphics.
Yeah.
And more detailed graphics. And people are like, what the fuck? Why does this look like this? And it's kind of more an artistic direction, but the performance part isn't acceptable,
No, that's
especially.
artistic too.
No, I don't think so. There's some other, like, people T-posing and, stuff like that. If you don't know what T-posing is, it's just like a model gets disconnected somehow, or gets confused by the AI or the intelligence that it's supposed to have, and it just, like, there's a bug where it just has the generic model pose. When they're working on the model, it just does this, and sometimes they'll like do all their actions while they're doing that, so it's just like, looks like somebody's just like floating around and then like shooting at you from nowhere, but their arms are out at their side and they don't have anything. But there's a lot of that kind of stuff in it, so it's like it wasn't finished.
Yeah.
But when the game, I haven't had a lot of the problems that other people have had, but I've seen videos of it. It actually exists. It's not just people bitching to bitch.
Yeah.
But I have noticed the like kind of emptiness with the no NPCs really. Like, there's NPCs in your headquarters, but like, I haven't talked to anyone outside of that.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. And they don't give you the missions. You like go up to a board in the HQ and get your missions.
Yeah.
So it's like, this was kind of not done right.
Yeah. So that a great idea. Super poor execution.
Yeah. But sometimes when the game is playing right, you see what it should have been, and it's fucking awesome. Because like it's really satisfying to kill a vampire because like you can't just shoot them.
Yeah.
You gotta like weaken them, and then you have to stab them with a stake.
Right.
You actually have to do that.
That's cool.
That's cool.
I like that.
Like the regular people, shoot them all you want.
Yeah.
The fucking vampires, you're like, well, if I don't have a stake launcher, which that's a thing, or a UV gun, which that's also a thing, I have to like weaken you somehow with guns or whatever, and then run up to you and stab you with a stake, which is, you know, fine if there's one vampire, but if there's 5, then you're like, fuck me. What am I gonna do?
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I would play that.
It's fun when you're just doing the stuff. It's everything else that kind of falls flat. The atmosphere is really cool because like they like fucking eclipsed the sun somehow. It's fucking nuts, dude. Like the thought that went into the lore and the idea of it was like amazing. And then everything else is down here. And I was just like, no, this would have been so cool. So there's some stuff they need to fix. So like all the performance stuff, they need to fix that. So you might want to wait. Right now on Xbox, I think probably on PlayStation as well. Or no, I don't think it's on PlayStation. I think it's just Xbox and Steam.
I don't think.
Yeah, because
it
it's a
shouldn't
Bethesda
be
game. It's not on.
shouldn't be
Yeah, it's not on PlayStation. It's Xbox in air quotes exclusive, but it's on PC too. But it's locked at 30 FPS in the quality mode. So the higher, like the 4K version, you can't do 60 FPS or the performance version. That's supposed to be coming out soon. It was supposed to come out and launch, but they fucked up. It should have been delayed again, but they didn't. It was on the box art that it was supposed to be 60 FPS.
Oh,
they
man.
had to like distribute stickers that said that it will come after launch. Yeah. They fucked up pretty bad with this game. Like beyond it being fucked up, they also like false advertised and stuff. Sort of false advertised. They should have delayed it because they weren't going to meet something that they said. Instead, they put it out and they're like, "We'll get it later, but we got to put it out now."
Yeah.
The co-op is the story progression is host only, which is a big like ugh to me and the people that I play games with online, because it's like, okay, we'll play through the game with you being host. Now we can play through the game with me being host.
Yeah, that's super lame.
That's lame.
Yeah. So
I miss internet though.
yeah,
I miss playing online games with my friends.
yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would wait at the least. Unless you're getting it for free on Game Pass, then you can do what you want.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you quickly talked me out of. Well, maybe not quickly, but you definitely talked me out of playing it.
Until it gets good.
I mean,
No, I mean, there's no NPCs giving me quests. I fucking
Yeah.
hate everything he said about this game after
Fair.
the story.
Unless it gets
Yeah.
good. What if it changes?
just play it with
why
me,
I
because
like
then
to
we'll
play
just be like
76.
talking to each other.
Well, I mean, that's
If we just
true.
like play it online.
And I'll be behind you guys going, this looks fun.
Yep.
Is that all we have for
That's-
recommend and
yeah.
do not recommend?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Do you guys know what's time for?
I don't think so. What time is it?
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's time for Hanging Big Brain with Dave.
It's 7:10.
Nope, it's Hanging Big Brain with Dave time.
Hanging Big Brain with Dave.
I'm back and I'm ready for some quizzes.
You ready
do
for a
quizzes.
quiz?
I didn't plan this, but I got a video game quiz.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, I thought you meant you didn't plan the game, and I was like,
I mean, I've
What
done
the
that before.
fuck,
I've
dude?
done that before. No, I haven't.
he's always well prepared.
Always prepared. You guys ready?
Yeah.
This is 10 questions.
Okay.
Is it multiple choice?
Is it?
It's not.
Oh shit.
Good.
Yep.
Buzzers.
I need buzzers, though. Shane, what's your buzzer?
Beep, 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 beep.
Perfect. Russell, what's your buzzer?
Hadouken.
I feel like we should switch.
I wanted you to go first because I was like, I don't want to steal Shane's buzzer if he was going to do Hadouken.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
For my video game quiz?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Question number 1.
Yep.
Originally given the Japanese title Puckman, what 1980s arcade game was inducted into the Guinness Book of Records as the most successful coin-operated game in 2005? That was Shane. It's very close, but
Yeah, I went
Shane.
prematurely.
Yeah,
Yeah, you preed.
It's Pac-Man.
Correct. Pac-Man.
Beep-beep-beep-beep-beep.
Famous Pac-Man song. Number 2.
I think I got a power up for you.
Making his debut in 1990's Super Mario World, what is the name of the enemy-eating, egg-throwing green dinosaur who serves as a sidekick to Mario and Luigi in the Mario franchise? That was Shane.
Yoshi.
Correct!
Hey, at least you know these ones.
That's true, but it doesn't mean no good if I can't answer.
Hey, Russell.
I fucking swear to God, Dave.
What? I'm just saying the question number 3 is coming.
Okay.
You ready? All right.
Yeah.
Also pick it up. In Mario Kart,
Oh my god.
the power-up that seeks out the player in first position and explodes on impact is a shell that is what color?
Beep, beep, beep.
That was Russell. That was Russell.
Blue.
Correct.
And it's spiky.
It is spiky. Correct. It was a blue
On
shell.
the board.
It's a blue shell, Shane.
Well, I knew it was blue shell.
All right. Did you? You were to say green, weren't you?
Probably.
Number 4. The word Tetris is a combination of the Greek word tetra, meaning 4, and what 6-letter sport that was a favorite of game creator Alexei, last name?
Wait, are you looking for the last name?
No, I just didn't want to say the last name.
Oh, okay.
Shane.
Tennis?
Correct.
I didn't watch the fucking movie.
I was like, what the fuck was it? What the fuck was it? What the fuck was it?
All right. Shane's winning. Number 5. Pick it up, Russell. Which PlayStation platformer released in 1996 has you play as the titular character, a marsupial prone to mayhem who is captured and mutated by Dr. Neo Cortex?
Beep, 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 beep.
Shane.
Crash Bandicoot.
Correct.
I would not have known that one.
What?
Oh, okay.
That crazy little Bandicoot guy?
I never played Crash.
My mom plays Crash Bandicoot.
Still?
I mean, if she still had a working PlayStation, I bet she would.
Crash Bandicoot rules.
I loved the first 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I played more than those, but I loved them.
Number 6. Shane's in the lead.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. I'm back, so you're losing quizzes again. Pocket, light, color, and advance were all styles or variants of what video game hardware system?
Beep, 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 beep.
Russell.
Yeah, it was before you were done. That was premature.
Was that a little pre?
That was pre.
Yeah.
Did you pre a little?
He preed a little. He preed a lot.
All right, well, Shane then.
Game
You
Boy.
can't pre. Correct. We disapprove of pre here.
You gotta keep it in your pants until she's ready.
Sorry, Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7. What object does Mario typically leap onto after completing a level in the earliest iterations of his franchise?
Beep, beep, beep. Oh,
Shane.
Beep, 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 beep.
Shane.
Okay. Flag.
Flagpole. So yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Well, he like grabs he jumps on the flag.
What? This is something.
I need you to end the question the same way every time.
name.
Yeah, but I recognize that he held that S for forever, and then I hit it again.
Shane's winning. Number 8.
I won.
When the kids online say LOL, they're either laughing or referencing this what online battle arena game that has been sponsored by MasterCard since 2018.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm gonna go with Russell.
League of Legends.
Correct. It sounded like I was a boomer when I said that question. That's why I wanted to.
When kids online say LOL.
LOL. BRB. Number 9. Shane's winning, Russell.
OMFG WTF BBQ.
Oh my God, what the fuck barbecue? In the original 1980 version of Pac-Man, the 4 ghosts were named Blinky, Inky, Pinky, and what C name that doesn't rhyme with the rest? Oh, I guess you stumped on this one, huh?
I'm not a big Pac-Man guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm more of a Burger Time guy myself.
Hadouken?
Russell.
Clash.
Incorrect. Oh. Incorrect, though.
Beep, 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 beep.
Shane.
Crash?
Incorrect. It was Clyde.
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 I don't know.
Clyde.
You were like, that was close. Is it the L or the Ash?
Yeah.
So no one got that right. I got it right.
All right.
The first Star Wars video game made for the Atari 2600 was based on which film in the original trilogy?
Hadouken.
Russell.
Empire Strikes Back.
Correct.
Should let me have that one?
Shane still won.
I didn't know. I didn't play Atari.
You didn't play Atari? I didn't play
Not
much
really.
Atari.
I played so much Atari.
I played a lot of NES and SNES, mainly SNES.
The first Star Wars game I played was Super Return of the Jedi.
That one's so hard.
Yeah. It was like one of the only Super Nintendo games that I beat
Really?
that wasn't like Mario or something.
God damn. I never
I
beat
had a lot
that.
of Dreamcast too.
Ooh. I had a friend who had a Dreamcast, and every time I come over, I'd make him play it. I wanted to play it.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that one game called? Road Rash.
Road Rash.
Played
yeah.
the shit out of Road Rash.
Yeah.
Every time one of my first early signs that I was going through puberty was every time I got knocked off the bike by the chick and she steps on your junk, it made me feel funny.
Jesus Christ.
And now Russell can't finish until someone steps on his balls.
Huh.
That was Hanging Big Brain with Dave.
Oh, that was it?
That was it. It's 10.
Oh, okay.
That was fun. I want more of that.
All right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I'll do more video game
Those were
quizzes.
good questions.
Shane won, though.
Yeah, like, can we, like, maybe, like, you know, bounce back and forth someday?
I mean, you got to be good at stuff. Woo! All right. With that, unfortunately, it's the end of the show. I've been, yep, boy.
Yep, boy.
And with me, as always, is the Shane Dog, a.k.a. Shane Nesty.
Ew, that's gross.
Also with us is Russell the Love Muscle,
Oh, yeah.
a.k.a. Producer Russell.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of DQP Weekly.
He said that weird.
I did, and then it threw me off.
Jesus.
So follow us on all your social media. Follow our social media on all of your social media
Yep.
by searching DraftyQ and or Drafty Quarters Productions.
You almost
Send
did
us
what I did.
questions, comments, thoughts, concerns by emailing us at draftyq@gmail.com. And please sign up for our Patreon for $1 a month. You can join our general support tier.
Uno dollars.
That's it, I think.
That's all we
That's it.
have.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week. And we'll catch you on the flip side. And don't let your meatloaf. Bye.